Alright, welcome back. We back in the flesh, the OGs.
Back in Bayview.
Back in the view. BV.
Chilling in the view house.
But yeah, you already know what it is. It's Sell High, Dynasty Fantasy Football Podcast. It's me, OozyDaPrince, with my co-host.
DedmonWalkin. What's up?
The dead man has risen because, what are you sitting now in our Dynasty League? 4-4?
Brett 5.
Straight even? 34's up. It's that time.
It's that time of year.
It almost is like the fourth quarter of fantasy, right? There's only 5. I put in the little blurb today or this week that I put in there, there's only 5 regular season weeks left, right? Because we started the playoffs at 14, so we got 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So we have 5 more weeks, 4 more weeks to the trade deadline, but 5 more weeks to the regular season to make it to the dance. Can you pull up the standings in our league? I think it's like so interesting of how this week is gonna I think determine a lot of people's fate with their
and the games are lit this week. Like they're fucking tight, yeah.
I can't think of too many off the top of my head that I'm excited for, but
there's good ones, yeah.
You're saying just for fantasy output?
I
know Bengals Bills.
Bills, Ravens play
Seahawks, which is a good game.
Yeah, and then there's a couple of them. But in our league, Jake is sitting at first, 8-0, which I think I saw less than 2% of teams are 8-0 or something like that. Across Sleeper, which is crazy, yeah.
Yeah, so he's has a 3-game lead on everyone basically. But John still has the highest points and he's 5-3. But he's playing Stevie this week, who is sitting at
huge week.
3-5, a game out of the playoff standings right now.
Ooh, 8th place.
And they also have a $50 bet on the game. So they have a little side action. And if Stevie would have advanced and Jake Scheck didn't in the survivor pool, it would have been for an extra 100. If it was those two, that would have been fucking nice to see. But yeah, we got shout out Jake Scheck. He deserves it for having a poor record. It shows how good his team is still, or how pretty good he's been. I guess average. Still being in the survivor pool. He's never had the lowest points yet. But yeah, we have Stevie versus John. So this game is massive for Stevie in order to try to move into the top 6 for the playoffs. Sal wants to move down, and he plays Jake this week. So you're thinking that's going to be another L for Jake and put Sal back into the bottom 4, the relegation zone. So yeah, if Stevie can pull off a win with John having Amon-Ra St. Brown on bye, I think he's got a couple more guys on byes, then that'd be big. $50 in his pocket to pay towards his dues. And then that also has follow implications of Willie too, because Willie has Stevie's first round pick, so he's trying to obviously get him to be in the bottom 4. Bill,
go Bill,
down,
go.
And then
good boy though.
Leading into that, so Mike Land then plays, who is also trying to buy. She's a game ahead of Stevie at 4-4 with you, grouped with you and Sal. Mike Lamb plays Jake Scheck, who I think this is a really interesting matchup as well, because if Mike Lamb loses, Willie's gonna like that because he has her pick, and she just made a move to acquire Olave, who hasn't really done much for her when she's been on the team, but he's got couple weeks left.
The emergence of Shaheed.
Yeah, I guess. Just fucking Jared Carr. I just can't believe. I don't see why Olave can't run these deep routes. And he run a 4-4 or some shit.
Yeah, 4 something too, yeah.
But fucking yeah. And then Jake Scheck. Well, I think it's interesting where Jake obviously could win this game. He's back into the playoff race. He's probably sitting in the top 6. But if he loses, does he then just say, you know what, fuck it? Maybe I'll trade some of these guys. Maybe I'll trade Josh Allen or Tua, because I like my chances of getting the first overall pick. If he just decides, you know what, I'm going to take my pick and then try to obtain another top 4 pick, like say Yanni's pick or something like that, and then get rid of Josh Allen so you can get Caleb Williams and Marv.
So you're trying to trade for Josh Allen?
I'm just thinking as a Jake manager. I know he would like go over that to see if that's like a good option for him, which I think it low-key it might be if he can, because you gotta like his team, right? If he gets to the bottom 4.
Yeah. This week is pretty tough for both of those teams. Jake's team is good. Michael Ann's team is good too. They're projected pretty close. And I don't even know what Jake
who's
likes.
playing that quarterback? Because I know she's got Pickett.
She's got Stroud and Pickett.
God, Pickett just doesn't finish games. He dies like I feel like every
Yeah,
other
is he
week.
playing?
Yeah, I
She
guess
better
so.
pick up Trubisky.
No, he is playing.
Yeah, it's because it's tonight. Shit. Her team is good. Oh, better get Kirk out. That changes things.
Yeah, but she's got Rashee Rice to slide in there.
Oh, true. Rashees.
Or Wandale.
Brian Robinson.
I think Wandale's going to have a good week this week with Waller out, Danny Dimes back. I think...
They had -9 yards last week, so there's definitely going to be... Can't get worse than that.
Yeah, exactly. Regression to the mean there. But yeah, that's a huge matchup for our league. Teams that are... Where it's this week will tell a lot, and then you got you and I up there.
The biggest match, America's Game of the Week, some might say.
You're having that as America's Game of the Week?
I think so, yeah. Stevie and John, that's a big rematch, of course. Everyone cares about it, but yeah, you're right. That's America's Game of the Week because you're projected to kill me.
No, I'm not. I'm fucking starting Taylor Heineke, dude. Anything can happen.
Oh, yeah, Taylor
Literally,
Heineke.
my team has never gotten through a week without like someone going off injured or something like that happening. I do like what they have in Sleeper now, where they have like your average points.
This one's wrong, but
yeah, it is wrong. They have your average points and like your average efficiency for like starters and stuff like that. But yeah, this week Cooper Kupp's the big question mark, dude. For my team, it all revolves around Cooper Kupp. So after I traded for Tyreek Hill, I was toting around. Bill, knock it off.
you're still a good boy though.
I was toting around saying that I had the build of my Dynasty Year 1 team where I won it all.
Year 1 build.
Because I had CeeDee Lamb as my wide receiver 3 with Devontae Adams and Cooper Kupp. So I kind of have something similar now where CeeDee Lamb is still my free receiver and I have Kupp and Tyreek. But Kupp, the last 2 weeks, as someone that's had Kupp since he's been like the MVP or Triple Crown winner and all that shit, this is the lowest by far that he's ever gotten. I feel like he hasn't been under double-digit fantasy points in 2 years in games that he's played and finished. So I'm still kind of nervous about my team. So yeah, I'm sitting at 5-3.
This week's a great matchup for him against the Packers. Just traded away Rasul. Who the fuck is gonna play in the slot? Like some nobody versus Cooper Kupp.
The dead presidents, Ford and Nixon. But yeah, he doesn't have a quarterback to throw to him though, because Stafford's hurt.
Yeah.
But yeah, thankfully the Rams, because I'm kind of a Rams fan just by having Cooper Kupp and Kyron Williams in like every fucking league.
So you want Daryl?
No, I purposely didn't pick up any of the Rams. So I've been through the Rams game before when they used to have like Cam Akers and fucking
Kyron.
and Darrell Henderson, and they used to have like whoever it was. That was before
Sony Michel.
It was Sony Michel. They even had like it might be like not Roundtree, but it was someone like that. One other fat ass.
Yeah.
I forget his name. I think he played for the Lions for like a year. But anyways, so yeah, I'm not too confident on my team ever going into the week because I'm super volatile. After I made the Tyreek Hill trade, I lost to Yanni, so we put up like 130 points, where Jake and John are putting up 180 in their sleep. So I can get got. I can get got. I haven't really looked at our matchup too much though to see what separates us or who I'm looking to have a good week. I like Bryce Young for you.
Yeah, Bryce has got a nice match. I got some decent matchups on my team. Terry McLaurin versus New England I like. I actually like Ramondre now that Washington traded away Chase and fucking Sweat. And then no one can lock down A.J. Brown, let's be honest.
Shout out to Mario Douglas. He's about to start eating.
DeMario, yeah. Pop.
Is that what they call him?
Yeah, Pop, I guess is his nickname. It's fucking tight.
Alright, I'm gonna have to throw one on there then. Pop Douglas.
Yeah, that's...
Pop, pop.
yeah, it's too cool. Like, you have to honor
But
it.
yeah, he is like twitching like that. But yeah, I like what you're saying about the Patriots in general having hopefully a positive offensive script.
Yeah.
Who the fuck knows?
Yeah. Well, the Commanders' defense has been way worse than people thought it would be this year. So, lights, wheels up, Patriots. Take that.
And you got Mostert against Kansas City. Oh yeah, that's a fun game too.
Kansas City's run defense, low
Germany.
key, isn't that great. The rest of their defense is pretty good though. Honestly, rushing the quarterback, it'll be interesting.
You got AJ Brown who's been fucking eating, dude.
Yeah, I was telling
Against Dallas on what is it, Sunday night? Oh, it's America's game of the week.
Ooh.
I got CD in America's game.
Yeah, that'll be awesome.
I love those big games, dude. I feel like, is it in Philly or Dallas?
I think at Dallas.
Oh,
at Philly.
yeah, Philly. Okay.
Shit.
Saving those Dallas Sunday nights.
Yeah, I was telling Will. I think he was asking what it would take to trade AJ Brown when I was like 0-3, and I was like, or maybe it's a couple weeks ago, but I was like, I can't do it. Like to me, he's like Dynasty WR1 right now.
No, I know I always push back on that because I always had Jefferson and Chase, and then you were like AJ Brown's next up in number 3, and then I was always saying CeeDee Lamb.
Yeah.
Well, obviously I'm biased, or whatever, but yeah, AJ
CD.
Brown. Now it's not even like a comparison. I was always worried about like AJ Brown's injuries and shit like that, but his catch last week in the end zone was insane.
Yeah.
And he just
Holy
looks like
shit.
jacked as fuck. He's like a running back after the catch.
He looks like the classic fucking jacked ass star wide receiver, you know, like making a big ass one-handed catch, fucking T.O. fucking.
But tough.
Yeah.
You know what he actually reminds me of? He reminds me of, yeah, I guess T.O.'s a good comparison. I think T.O. had a little bit like longer arms and longer legs and stuff. He reminds me kind of like Anquan Bolden with longer arms, and just like has better like leaping ability and probably faster, but like the toughness of like Anquan Bolden, just being able to like run up to the catch in traffic where defenders are like scared to tackle his ass.
Yeah, so scared. You gotta be
Like
frightened.
Anquan Bolden got fucking his jaw broken like Kanye and played like the next fucking game. Like the rest of the year, damn near.
JT looks good too, but your team though,
Hell yeah, Zach Moss might be a viable option to play too.
yeah, Zach Moss.
I know, he's gonna have a good week. Jonathan Taylor's gonna have a good week.
Is Tyreek gonna have a good week? Fucking
Jacobs against the Giants, he'll probably be alright.
in Germany, probably.
Tyreek against his old team. Has he
Yeah.
played them yet or no?
L'Jarius Sneed, he's probably like pretty fast too, so he might have a tough game.
Their corner?
Yeah. Yeah, it's
Well,
gonna be
really,
interesting.
for Tyreek to have a tough game, it really just depends on if the other team can get pressure on Tua. But if Tua is
True.
allowed to sit back there,
Yeah.
he's going to have a couple of bomb shots where, even though it's just like 40 yards, that's all Tua can throw. But that's enough for him to just throw it to a spot and in a zone where if Tyreek doesn't get touched like he did when he had bracket coverage against the Patriots, he
Yeah.
just runs right up the field.
So
under
easy.
The ball. It makes it look so fucking easy.
Is his costume thing still up? That
Oh,
was-
he was like the cheetah. Yeah,
that
I
was
noticed
cool.
that. I noticed that pretty late.
Bijan had one.
The mustard, yeah. Fuck B.
Lame.
Who do they play this year? Or this week?
Minnesota.
Yeah, so I'll be watching that game because I got Heineke in that game and I got Bijan
Oh yeah, you got
and I got
Heineke.
Hawkinson. So yeah, Hawkinson's gonna take a dip even though he's been like the second best
Oh, fuck.
tight end this year
That's right.
with Cousins being out. But I like Dobbs though. If Dobbs can start playing for them, I mean he just gave Trey McBride fucking
Yeah,
15 targets.
I
so.
agree. Yeah, Yanni kind of looked out here, I feel like, because Dobbs is definitely gonna start there, you know, and he seems like a Minnesota guy somehow. It's weird.
Wasn't he on Minnesota first?
Yeah.
That's why.
That's right.
He was on Yanni's taxi or like regular squad for like ever. It's like, dude, you can drop Josh Dobbs.
Well, there was that the guy? Wasn't there another guy who Yanni had too? That was the Minnesota backup, or was that Dobbs?
I think it was Dobbs. I know, because I know what you're talking about, though. Because I don't know, maybe he was just right all along. And I think he was just right all along. That he was worth the whole.
Shout out Yanni.
Yeah, shout out Yanni. But yeah, because then Dobbs went to Tennessee and he got like a Thursday night start against Dallas. And it was just so bad.
I think you might have to look it up. Yeah, but
just click on Dobbs' name.
oh, true. Yeah, sleeper. Shout out sleeper.
But yeah, so our matchup is good, but I think it's
Yanni's got to change his lineup.
It probably has this as a like a toss up, like for who's gonna win.
No, you're projected by like.
Oh, we're thinking of Kellen Mond.
Kellen Mond.
That's who we're thinking of.
Yeah.
Never mind. Still shout out Yanni.
Still shout out Yanni, always, yeah.
But yeah, so even though it says it's not a toss up, I'm projecting more points. I'm not, based on how shit goes and how my season's been. I'm either gonna put up 200 or 140. So
Jets have a nice matchup. Jets D against Chargers. They can get to him. It's gonna be tough with Herbert, but they can shut him down, I think.
I still might pick up someone else. I think I forgot what was out there. There's some other people out there, but yeah, I think I'm at the point where I like my defenses now. I think Seattle, they made a move to get Leonard Williams from the Giants, and
you have Seattle's team.
Yeah, and their
nice.
rookie. I played them the last couple of weeks, and their rookie corners have been pretty nice, and
they're playing good.
They look all the way back. That's why when you mentioned the Ravens Seahawks, I was like, oh yeah, I like that.
That one's gonna be great. Yeah.
I think Zach Charbonnet is a guy that Pete Carroll's been talking up.
Buy low.
It's gonna be hard to get him right now because I have him in every league that I can.
I had him too, except for Ireland,
because Kenneth Walker, he's hurt, so that might have played into like some of his like usage last week. But I think you might, towards like the end of the year, you might see Seattle getting in more game scripts where it's a little more pass heavy. Like that's why Charbonnet was so involved against the Browns. I unfortunately didn't really watch much of that game. I was out like trick or treating with my fam, and my girlfriend met my whole family for the first time.
Oh shit!
On Sunday, I know I didn't hit you up because I figured you guys went.
We were exhausted,
like, all fucking week, multiple times.
Yeah.
And I already had enough shit going on with like Stephanie meeting the family. But yeah, so I did that. So I didn't watch too much of the afternoon games, but I like where Seattle's going. I think DK Metcalf is like a big like buy low kind of guy. You see a lot of green in those sleeper matchups, so he's a guy I'm targeting in redraft. I like him.
Yeah, he's a beast. You know, he's a lot like AJ Brown, honestly. Like, oh, did go through.
No, just someone else in a roster of.
Damn it. Well. Yeah, going into our games tonight.
Wait. Do you have anything else to talk about for?
For our league. Yeah, well, you made a trade since the last time we had a pod, I think.
What do you have up right here?
This is Superflex, it's called.
Superflex. So what? It's just like it tracks all of our trades in our league.
Yeah, it's just a website. Superflex, DynastySuperflex.com. It's all free, so it's pretty tight.
Okay,
yeah, I thought I showed you this.
So you probably have to, but there's so many fucking sites that you've shown me.
Yeah.
And I don't have it like saved on my phone or whatever. They're like in my bookmarks. I'm never gonna find it again.
Well, yeah.
Can you recap the trades that went down since we last potted? So yeah, we last potted at Bob's house with our special guest Stevie. So thank you, Stevie, for the live power rankings. Much appreciated.
Oh yeah, that's so dope.
But we missed out on a lot. Fucking just busy this season.
Yeah, because Stevie had traded with Will, Marvin Mims, and Tutu Poo Atwell. And then I traded with Yanni, so I think that was before the last pod.
No, I think that was after the last pod.
Oh, really? Yeah, I guess 2 weeks ago. Yeah, but, I traded with Yanni. Oh, because you guys potted, and then I had a trade right after that, right after your pod. So.
Yeah, you traded on a Sunday.
I think it was right before.
I don't know. When did we last fucking podcast? The 19th of October, probably? Or
Yeah, I think
12th?
so.
I don't fucking know. But yeah, so that was a huge.
So that just happened.
That was a huge trade that caused some waves.
Everyone was throwing up arms.
Yeah.
But it's ancient history now because Oozy traded with Sal, Andy DeFrance, and OozyDaPrince and Andy DeFrance. So Oozy gave up Tyreek, or gets Tyreek and Devonta.
See, this shit's saying that I gave up a fucking lot, and that's what I'm trying to say too. Is I did give up a lot.
I know this shit is saying you gave up a lot, and when
Oh,
it was
yeah.
keep trade cut, it was like even, or it was
No,
like
I was still giving up a little bit,
Yeah, you
yeah.
were still giving up a little bit more, but anyways, yeah.
Brandon Ayuk's nice, bro.
Brandon Ayuk is for Brandon Ayuk, a 2024 first. Whose first was that? Is that yours? Aaron's first. James.
No, sorry, that's John Griffith's first.
Oh, John Griffiths, and who's currently second. Jonathan
Second with the
Mingo.
same record as me, but he leads the league in points. So
Yeah, and he's got Mahomes and Kelsey and Amon-Ra.
and Burrow. He just traded Amon-Ra today in our
Oh,
in our
really?
redraft league. I was surprised actually at the move that. For those that don't know, this is at home. This is live from 4-4. The state versus Radrick or the league versus Radrick Davis, who has a rivalry with Stevie, and who won it last year.
AKA the Prophet,
Yeah,
Stevie Balla.
so he runs a redraft league that I'm in for $200, and it's pretty competitive, and a lot of trades are being made. That I'm in first place right now. John just lost 2 games in a row, but he traded Amon-Ra St. Brown on the bye for Devontae Adams and DeAndre Hopkins.
Ooh, wow.
So DeAndre Hopkins, obviously,
Get some depth.
we have playing tonight with Tennessee. We just caught 3 touchdowns on like nice or 2 bombs from Will Levis.
Will Levis.
So as he's sipping on that Kool-Aid, and he traded with Andy Miko. For those people out there who know Andy Miko, he traded into Andy Miko.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, who's in second place in the league. That was a good team too. But yeah, so for Devontae, who he seems like he's down right now.
I just shared a tweet in our Twitter group chat of Devontae hitting the. Did you see that?
I did. Was that
shit
today?
awesome. I guess so.
After all the firings and
Yeah.
shit, everyone's just happy in the locker room.
Yeah, they're playing b-ball. They got fucking bags out
It
there.
reminds me of us in our the upper
I
at
know.
Mifflin, just hooping.
In our college days, we had a mini hoop in our upstairs of our house, and out front on our porch we put a mini hoop, and we had some intense matchups. Bunch of young fuck boys.
High T boys.
High T, yeah.
But yeah, so just anyway, so yeah, I just want to bring that up. So John traded Amon-Ra today, which I was shocked because he has him in Dynasty. I was like, damn, okay. I
Yeah,
like that, being able to
maybe
separate the Dynasty from the redraft. Which
Or
is
maybe he's
how you feel.
signaling he's trying to get rid of Amon-Ra because the next trade was just on a whim with live from 414,
Oh god, I forgot about this one.
and it was my 2025 first for Josh Downs and Christian Watson. So it was just random as fuck. I didn't even notice I got the trade, and I was just out shopping with Cassius, and I was like, you know what? I kind of was thinking about both these players and hitting John up for him, but I didn't want to pay too much. I knew John wanted like a first for Christian Watson, and I was always talking shit about him. But I was just like, this is the price.
I guess.
Christian Watson, the Packers are
Have you
looking
even
down.
played any of them yet on your team? Like
No.
they're just been riding your bench?
Yeah, right now they're just young guns fighting for the flex. And that's the way I like to keep my team.
Keep them hungry?
Yeah, a bunch of young dogs hungry, fighting for that slot. So that's why. Well, Willie was hitting me up. Then I traded Gardner Minshew randomly for like a third, and Willie was hitting me up because a couple weeks ago he wanted Desmond Ridder, and I knew his mind wasn't right because like I was like, you don't like Desmond Ridder, and I was like, he was sending me trades. I was like, no, I'm not gonna do this, and then he sent me like a third and a fourth, and I was like gonna do it, and I was like, no, like if this goes south, Willie's gonna fucking hate me for life.
What?
So I sent him a counter for a second, and I didn't think Will would do it, and he shouldn't have done it, so he didn't, and he's like, I was like, you're gonna thank me when Ritter sucks and is benched. You're gonna come thank me. And he was
wow,
like,
you're good.
he's like, we'll see about that. And he was all pissed in the moment. But then the other day, he was like, thanks for not trading me Ritter. And I was like, dude, I fucking told you. And
Bob knows best.
I knew it was gonna happen. I was pissed when you got Heineke because I love Heineke.
I know you're the only one that claimed him.
Yeah.
I love Heineke too because
His costume was dope.
Oh my god, yeah. This costume.
He's a dog. Shout
Deer
out
caught in the
Heineke.
headlights.
Yeah.
He's just a bro, dude. He fucks apart my take. He chugs hella beers. His team loves to play for
He
him.
buys Jordans after wins.
Oh yeah, the color. Yeah, I forgot about that. He did mention that. But yeah, I just think that he's one of those guys that he makes the players around better. He's got that Fitzpatrick energy.
He's
where,
got the Favre, like,
Yeah.
like just sling it, like fuck it.
like, yes, you might not win every game, but you're gonna have fucking fun. Or you're gonna go out putting up a fight. So,
Great
yeah.
vibes.
But yeah, I'm glad I got Heineke. I was the
Yeah.
first one that had him when he was on Washington, and I dropped him way too early, and then I was like, fuck, I was so pissed because down the year I started playing guys like Drew Lock.
Yeah, I had him, and I loved him. I was like, and then when John had him, I was like, fuck, like, I should have picked him up sooner, because I think he's gonna do great. Like,
I think that was also our first year, our benches were so short with only having 2 taxis that a lot of those guys just fell by the wayside.
True. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and then
I like the
switched
Minshew
another
move.
trade.
So just to talk about some of those 2 deals right there involving the Colts, I was shocked that you traded a first-round pick for Christian Watson and Josh Downs because I don't know. I just think that first is always going to accumulate in value, and I don't know if Downs and Watson's will ever reach as high enough where they can like warrant like a first-round pick. Like if Christian Watson doesn't get better this year, he's Chase Claypool. Without the like first year production even. He just had like 6 good games, whatever the fuck it was, with Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
But you like his situation. I was just shocked at the move because I've watched Christian Watson play and I just don't think he has the ball skills to be a good receiver.
No, he definitely is not great at catching. Like his catch rate in college is why I always would tell John he sucked. And he was from a division whatever FCS school. And
Trey Lance.
He's
got that Trey Lance.
Trey
stink
Lance.
on him, that North Dakota.
He's got the stink, yeah. But I'm kind of betting on the Packers, I guess, because it's just a buy low basically. John got him for a late
Is it a
first.
buy low when it's a first though?
Well, I'm projecting that first to be late personally, and Christian Watson. It's probably not a buy low for him, and it's definitely a buy high for Josh Downs. But Josh Downs, I do know is a great receiver, and so getting both of them, I felt like it was a little bit of a win, basically, because I'm getting an X. I think the Packers will turn it around a little bit. I do believe in like Matt LaFleur, basically.
Wow.
Oh,
that's crazy.
You got words?
No, it's just that you're the only one that's still believing in the Packers. But yeah, Bob might know best.
I am the only one.
He knew with Ritter. He saw it in the
Ritter?
stars. He saved Willie a couple bucks, but yeah, I don't know. Josh Downs, a lot of his like output this year is because Gardner Minshew's his quarterback, and Gardner Minshew is serviceable throwing the ball through the air with Anthony Richardson there. I think he's just a totally different player. I think some of the stats like show it, where all his production has usually been with Minshew. I don't know if he's caught like a touchdown pass from Richardson, or at least had the targets with Richardson there.
Yeah, maybe not, but he's still a rookie. Rookies tend to do better, especially in the second half of the year. And you're right, with Minshew, I think he's going to do great this year. So it is a little bit of a redraft play.
Yeah.
And then on the opposite end, I traded away Shaheed because those 2 receivers, I was like, I'd probably play those guys over Shaheed. I'd maybe play any of my other receivers.
You got
over
Musgrave,
Shaheed.
right? Yeah, so you're just back going all in the pack.
Yeah, all in the pack.
Yeah.
Just buying low on them, and maybe they do suck. Maybe they fire everyone. You know, we're all here for the ride. But I do like these players, and I did like them coming out of the draft. I don't think Jordan Love is terrible, honestly. I don't think Matt LaFleur is bad. I think they're young. I think they all need to play, and I think the line hasn't been as good as everyone said that they were.
But a lot of it has been like coaching with like these offensive play calls, and like when people say that it's not on Jordan Love, then who is it on? Then it's on LaFleur. Then that's why I think it's hard to like believe in LaFleur when he's the one drawing out the plays. Like you can't blame you can't like not blame either of them. It's got to be at least one of them. So
yeah, I think LaFleur is trying to do too much. I don't think he's bad. I think he's just.
Is he running the offense like Aaron Rodgers is still quarterback?
No.
Because I know Jordan Love's trying to sit back there like he's fucking Aaron Rodgers, like hopping around and shit like that, like being too cool and shit.
I do think they need to tighten up the offense because the wide receivers are clearly dumb as fuck or something like that. They're like running the wrong routes.
They're old. We like spent the least amount of money on our offensive side of the ball, like by like $12 million or some shit. It's like a.
It's crazy because, yeah, we could have had someone like Mercedes Lewis. We could have had Randall Cobb probably for cheap or something, you know.
We don't want any of those fucking guys, though.
Well, I feel like we kind of do. Like, even trading away Rasul, like, even though we're in this position. They're trying to get rid of
all those voices, though. They want to start fresh.
They do, exactly, yeah. And, like, the problem is, though, is that, like, I truly feel like the Packers are soft right now, and everyone else would probably say that too. They're fucking soft. Rasul was their fucking guy, and same with fucking Jair, of course.
I don't fuck with Jair, dude. He talks way too much, and he doesn't back that shit up. You need to fucking intercept the ball.
We're fucking soft right now.
He gets fucking.
We're soft on offense, and I do agree. Like, some of the play calling has been dog shit, especially since like last year. But that's where I do think LaFleur is stretched too thin. He needs someone like that can take a little off of him because he's fucking trying to get everyone going, all these rookies, all these young guys, and there's only so much you can do. LaFleur, I've heard, is like a really good communicator, and so I think that's true. But he's probably like giving too much space to these young guys. He probably like needs to kind of like whip their asses a little bit, basically.
Yeah, I feel like maybe like what he's like spitting out there might just become hollow now. Like, yeah, maybe he's a good communicator, but it's like nothing's resonating because they're not getting the actual like they're not getting the W's on the
just
field.
Some young fuck boys.
But yeah, with all that being said, yeah, you're in on the Packers. I don't know if I am, but if they end up getting Caleb Williams, which I think they should,
that'll be tight.
They should just say fuck it and get Caleb Williams or Drake May. Fuck it.
I think they should get Marvin Harrison. Fuck it, like.
And stick with Jordan Love. Gutekunst was saying that Jordan Love's not necessarily the guy, so he like didn't double down on that.
He was like, yeah, if he sucks these next games, we're gonna have to fucking, which is true. Yeah, he hasn't been doing good. We look like shit all around, pretty much. We fucking lost to the Raiders. We lost to the fucking Lions. Like, do you hear these teams I'm spitting out that we lost to? Fuck our lives. Oh my god.
The Lions are good this year, but I know what you mean. But yeah, there was that one like stat I saw where the Packers lost to like 2 or 3 quarterbacks that are no longer the starters for their team that their team moved off of. It was Jimmy Garoppolo. Who was the other one, dude? That was another.
Yeah, I feel like that was a little wrong because the other one was kind of like an injury, like. Is he talking about Kirk?
No. It's like the ones that we lost to, but I don't know. I haven't been watching the Packer games, honestly. Like last week I didn't watch any. I just watched Red Zone, so I only watch whatever is on Red Zone. So I don't really give a fuck about
that. We suck. That's all there is to it. And we had hope, but we suck. So I feel like we better get. I feel like if we're 1 or 2, which I doubt we will be, we're gonna.
Ritter was the other guy we lost to.
Ritter.
Who got benched?
Oh yeah,
It was
duh.
Ritter and Garoppolo.
Yeah, we lost to them. Our defense is supposed to be so good. We need to fire fucking Barry. How much is enough? Like,
Bro, I saw a clip on Twitter of like it was 3rd and like 6 or something like that. The Packers, you know that their corners were 10 yards back, their slot corner 12 yards back. It's just like, what are we fucking doing, guys?
just let them dink and dunk for the whole time,
Yeah,
and then
it's
they'll
like,
just
oh, as
walk
long
in.
as long as they only get a field goal, it doesn't matter. It's like, no, let's get the fucking ball back and get some momentum. But yeah.
Yeah.
So good luck with your Packers buying in on that shit.
Yeah, they're gonna sit on the taxi. Jordan Love, he's low key like QB what, Niley?
He was 13 or 11. I looked up.
QB 13, so that's fine with me. Whatever.
And I like.
I
them
will take that.
Or, let's just talk about them really quick for the Rams Packers this week. I actually like the. What's this? Can you find the spread?
The spread is the Packers -3 over under 38.5.
Oh, God, yeah. So the quarterback for the Rams is going to be Brett Rippon, and then they just signed some guy with fucking that played in like Arena League football type shit.
If we lose this game,
Yeah, so I'm kind of a Rams fan. Just like I said earlier in the podcast, I have all these players. So I have Cooper Kupp, who obviously he's had 2 bad games, and with Stafford likely going to miss this game with them having a bye next week. I'll be interested to see how he performs against the Packers, and I kind of want them to win because I want the Packers to get Caleb Williams.
yeah.
But at the last couple of times that we've had the podcast, everyone has picked the Packers and they've lost. So we've all picked them, I think, when they played like a couple upcoming against the Raiders, I think it was, and then it was against the Lions as well, and they fucking shit the bed. So Rams +3. Yeah, give me the Rams, dude. Give me the Rams. I don't fuck with the Packers.
You
I don't
look like
think
shit.
I don't think that they fuck with Matt LaFleur. I think his shit's run dry. Aaron Jones is crying in the locker room. His brother is on Twitter saying that they need to give Showtime the ball. Everyone's practicing for their team today. He's the only one in a red non-contact jersey. I like A.J. Dillon if you can try to find him in some redraft leagues for the end of the year. I think that he's a good player that can maybe win some leagues, so I would target him. But yeah, give me Aaron Donald forcing a fumble on Jordan Love, and then someone scooping it up for a touchdown.
Yeah, the Rams defense is better than everyone thought it was gonna be, so I'm gonna pick the Packers. Let's go Pack, baby.
The Rams defense just got shredded for like 40-some points against the Cowboys. They scored like 30 on them in the first half. That's the shit that's scary about the Rams is they're so fucking volatile. Like,
Yeah.
you feel like they could just mail it in at any moment and just quit on the season and care about the draft. It's so scary. So for anyone else out there in their leagues, if they have like a Cooper Kupp or Puka Nacua is another guy that's obviously affected by the injury, who's been killing it, but now you have Brett Rippon trying to rip the ball down the field in Lambeau.
I think we'll beat them just because of that. Like, I do hope our defense is better against this fucking nobody, Rippon. We'll see.
Rippon played a little bit for the Broncos back in the day, but yeah, he wasn't that good. But what's interesting, there's something about when shitty players or guys that are not often starters, especially like a Brett Rippon, when they get to Lambeau Field, it's like their fucking Super Bowl and they fucking ball out.
Yeah.
I don't know how many times I've seen it. Just off the top of my mind, Bailey Zappi is like one of those guys that just like you're playing, or even there was a guy like for the Panthers, like when we needed to win and it was like snowing and he like had a good game. And I don't think it was Heineke. It might have been Heineke, but they're just guys that just elevate their game being at Lambeau. Is this a noon game?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
It's a noon game, so it changes a little bit with regards to that to get up, but I don't know. The large point I was going to make though about Puka Nacua and guys that have Cooper Kupp is that Stafford, they have a bye next week, and he sprained his UCL, which is the same injury as Justin Fields has, which usually takes like 3 to 4 weeks, sometimes up to like 6, how bad it is. But it's not as bad for Stafford, even though it's on his throwing thumb, because he's already had this injury in the past, and he only partially sprained it because the rest of his thumb is held together by a rod. So that part isn't sprained. So he actually is gonna probably heal faster. So it's looking like he's gonna play coming off the bye. But if they can pick up this win after having a bad loss to the Steelers and getting embarrassed by the Rams, they play Seattle and then Arizona. So for anyone out there who's room for the Rams or has Rams players in fantasy, if they can win 1 or 2 games against that Arizona team, you're feeling a lot better about having those guys on the stretch. For this game, it's like, let's just hope we get 10 from Cooper Kupp.
Yeah. I really do think Kupp could have a good game because we sold Rasul, so I don't know who's going to be covering someone in the slot. Like, we're going to have to move up Carrington Valentine to the other side probably, and maybe Barrington or whatever the fuck. But
Preston Smith.
Preston
He
Smith,
can play slot corner.
Yeah, he'll be playing slot for us. But yeah, I think we can win. I always thought the Rams sucked this year. I'm still gonna stick with that they're just playing some hard teams, some bad teams.
Yeah, they beat bad teams for sure. But yeah, both teams just have a lot of question marks around them, so it's gonna be interesting. But yeah, briefly tonight, we got the Tennessee Titans against the Steelers. Titans +3 at the Steelers. We have the emergence of Will Levis. Malik Willis actually got the first fucking snap in the game and he fumbled it on like a shotgun.
I didn't even realize
just,
that.
Dropped it, and then he might have played a couple more times, like subbing it as rushing it, but then they're like, all right, Will Levis. But there's so much negativity around like Mike Vrabel and Will Levis, where he's just being like a typical like hard ass kind of on him, and it's like people on Twitter are like kind of thinking it's like a weird move, like a Patriots way type shit, where he like basically just keeping him humble kind of deal. But maybe that's what Will Levis needs, is he needs someone. Some guys respond to that coaching, and he clearly has been responding to it by being the third string quarterback, like trying to have other guys outplay him, and that kind of fuels that fire, that competition that you're trying to get with your flexes.
I could see that. Did you see the video Levis had when he got drafted in like the second round? He was like screaming at the TV like, yeah, that's fucking right. Like, I got drafted basically. And everyone was just kind of like, oh,
like he was too fired up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I get it though. I mean, I just remember him in the green room with this hot ass ex-girlfriend now. She probably got all those sponsors and then get the fuck
ex-girlfriend. That shit is funny.
If we ain't first round, I'm out this bitch. But yeah, so I'm kind of bummed. I have Tajay Spears in a couple leagues. I'm actually playing Tajay Spears tonight, just because I don't have many other options to play. I could play Charbonnet, but I'm just gonna go with Tajay Spears. I think that sometimes weird shit happens on Thursdays. Maybe it gets like a long touchdown. I just have a feeling and a wish. But yeah, Derrick Henry didn't get moved, which is kind of upsetting. So the Titans, we'll see. Steelers are at home. Give me the Titans. I like Vrabel. Again, give me another underdog here.
I picked up Steelers D for our matchup. I like them the rest of the way. I feel like they have a good schedule. And Titans, rookie quarterback. I feel like the Steelers know how to handle him. I don't think he's gonna have 4 touchdowns. I don't think DeAndre Hopkins is gonna have 3 touchdowns. He's gonna have a hard night. The other Titans wide receivers apparently suck, so no offense.
Bro, show Kyle Phillips some fucking respect.
Kyle Phillips, Traylon Burks. I don't know what's going on. I had high hopes. Chigarettes.
Is Minka Fitzpatrick, is he hurt? I know he went down. I was watching Red Zone last week. They showed him like go down with like a non-contact injury. Is he playing or?
Maybe. Yeah. I think they just got someone back too. But I like the Steelers here. I'm gonna go with them. Kenny Pickett's playing. Deontay Johnson is healthy. I don't think they've got Freiermuth, so I'm gonna take Steelers -3 tonight. They need a win. Titans aren't that great. Oh no.
How'd that happen?
I don't know. Anyways,
We're not going anywhere. Is it like good?
Yeah.
What up? Little intermission.
Little intermission, yeah.
I'm quitting vaping, actually. This is my last one I'm ever going to get, so it's the last pod you see me vaping on.
Hey, good stuff.
Thanks. But I do want to get higher.
Next game we've got in Germany, the Germans. Dolphins at Chiefs, I guess. Chiefs, it's a home game. This is a cool game for the Germans in Frankfurt, which seems like a tight city. I know Trey played there for a little bit. They have a cool skyline. Also, this game is going to be crazy. Fucking Dolphins at Chiefs. Dolphins are plus 1.5 underdogs. Over under 50.5.
Ooh, we like that. Early morning too, 8:30 in the morning on a Sunday. Come
8:30, we got football all day. Who doesn't love it? Football in Germany, you gotta feel like Germans love American football. You know, it feels like their type of game.
Yeah, especially with Miami there, they have a Dolph back in Germany, so they're gonna fucking be up for that one.
But this game is gonna be nuts. I do like Mostert anytime touchdown. Honestly, I think Chiefs have a good D, but Miami is really creative with how they run, so that's gonna be tough for them. Otherwise, yeah, sit back and enjoy this game because this is gonna be awesome. Fucking Mahomes versus Tyreek, the fast ass Dolphins. I'm gonna pick the Dolphins here. Tough for Mahomes to recover from having the flu and flying fucking 8 hours or whatever the fuck.
So this game is interesting because the Dolphins, they beat up on the bad teams and they lose to the good teams. So no one takes them seriously because they've kind of shit the bed against the Eagles and the Bills when they played them.
Yeah.
And now they play the Chiefs, who are the Super Bowl favorites, defending Super Bowl champions, coming off of a loss, an embarrassing loss to Denver. I'm taking the Chiefs minus 1.5. I do like the over though. I think that the Dolphins, even though they know themselves that they haven't impressed in the past against the better teams, so they're going to be hungry, just as hungry as the Chiefs coming off a loss. Like they want this as well. They want to be taken seriously. I think it's going to be a fun game. I like Braxton Berrios anytime touchdown scorer. Yeah. On the Chiefs, though, I think Rashee Rice maybe gets in there. I could see his snap usage going up a little bit because they're going to be throwing the ball a lot more. It's going to be a fun game. Yeah, it's going to be a fun game. But yeah, give me the Chiefs on that one.
Next game was Rams-Packers, so we already talked about that. Then we got Buccaneers at the Texans. Texans looking to bounce back. Buccaneers are Cassius's favorite team now, unfortunately. He calls them the Pirates. So I don't know if I can go with them though this week.
Maybe look at Caleb Williams.
Yeah, that would be cool if they
Actually, they might be winning too much, but
yeah. Baker is maybe turning back into a pumpkin. I heard someone say that. I don't know if he'll be able to bounce back or not. The Houston Texans have a good defense, especially for passing. And Buccaneers...
Oh yeah, that's what I was thinking about picking up actually in our league to play against. He was the Texans defense.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta think their coach is dope as fuck. Like, it's tight to have a good coach who knows this shit on defense. And, yeah, they got a good defense. But... I don't really like the Buccaneers at all. I don't really like Rashad White. I don't really like their wide receivers. Todd Bowles
is a fucking idiot.
I'm definitely going to pick Houston here +3. I think Stroud continues to play. Or -3.
Oh, okay, they're at home, yeah. I'm taking the Texans too. I don't have much else to add.
Cool.
Washington Patriots. Washington Commanders, not the January 6th Washington Patriots. But yeah, we got the Commanders +3 at the New England Patriots. I'm taking the Patriots -3 here. We talked earlier about Washington trading some of their defenders where they haven't been good anyways. They might as well get some for them. Chase Young, I know he went for like a second round pick or something like that. A third round pick, but then San Francisco's also going to get a compensatory pick because of it or something, so it's basically free for them. I know he's not really that good anymore. Montez Sweat, he's all upset that he went to the Bears because him and his agent and the team had a deal in mind for him to go to Atlanta. But then the Bears swooped in last minute, like on their Chase Claypool shit, and just paid more and got Montez Sweat.
Wow.
So they're back on their fucking bullshit.
Dude, that move was questionable.
So he's all upset that he's on the Bears.
I would be. Fuck, that sucks.
With fucking Matt Eberflus's coked head ass out.
Just a true dumpster fire there. Why would anyone be happy to go there? Yeah, that sucks. Even though you're coming from the Commanders were at least like on the upswing. Bears are in no man's land, literally. Like, why would you trade? First off, the Claypool trade was terrible. And now that they released him, what the fuck are you doing? They should fire their GM just for that trade. Realistically, like, you're trading the number 32 guy in a year. That's huge for nothing. Montez Sweat, he's good, but what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, they traded Roquan Smith, who's like the best middle town empire.
Yeah.
I know this isn't a Bears segment. They played there in the next game, but
I
yeah,
love it.
So
I love it.
fuck the Bears.
Fuck the
I
Bears.
like thought at the beginning of the year that they actually I like their position better than the Packers, like next 5 years kind of thing. But no, they're just such a mess with their head coach and their front office and their ownership. They fucking suck.
They got too much going on. Their owners are old. Like, what's gonna happen there? What's going on with their stadium? What's going on with their coach? What's going on with their GM? Just fucking get me out of this nightmare. If I'm a fan of theirs, like, there's no hope. They're talking about drafting another quarterback already. Like, I remember thinking, like, oh god, Trubisky, like, cause Carly's a Bears fan. I was like, fuck, dude, are the Bears gonna be good that year that they made the playoffs? And holy shit, the double doink happened. It's like they're fucking cursed, and I love it. Just keep it coming. I don't know if I said I'm taking the Patriots, and the next game is Bears at Saints. Definitely. Oh god, the spread is 8.5.
Just to reiterate about the Commanders and Patriots, though, we talked about that earlier with Pop Douglas and Ramondre Stevenson. So we like the Patriots offense in that one. And I think Washington, after Sam Howell threw like 50 plus times or whatever, Jahan Dotson, even though he had like a lot of catches and a touchdown, his like target share still wasn't really that high because he threw so much to like everyone.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see. I think that the Patriots defense might play a little bit better at home this week, coming off like a gritty-ish win. But yeah, I like them to be serviceable.
Yeah.
But yeah, the next game, like you mentioned, we have the Bears at the Saints. The Saints are favored by 8.5. The over/under is 41. So we got another Badgent game in the dome. So he's coming off a pretty ugly outing. An outing that made me want to get rid of Roshan Johnson. I've been holding on forever. He fucking was too pussy with his fucking concussions where he didn't come back, and now Deontay Foreman was getting the rock. But they just fired their running backs coach, and I wonder. And even like their third string running back was getting carries over Roshan last week, and even got like a touchdown.
That's valid analysis. Yeah.
So yeah, it'd be interesting if that maybe played into the reason like why isn't Roshan Johnson? Bill, go. Like, why isn't Roshan Johnson getting touches? So maybe that changes, but Roshan went from a guy with Khalil Herbert out that you feel pretty comfortable as like the lead back, and that just hasn't been the case, or at least last week. The Saints, who are coming off of a close game with the Indianapolis Colts, who just put up a lot of points. Rashid Shaheed, a touchdown and a couple of deep throws. Chris Olave
That game was kind of tight.
had a touchdown thrown off his helmet. Alvin Kamara had 2 tutties again. He's been the best PPR fantasy running back. God, but I still just don't like Derek Carr. Give me the under 41 in this game. I think Olave has a good game. I think Olave scores his first touchdown of the year. No, he has one other touchdown, but it was on a game where that was his only catch. I think he actually has a bust-out game this week, Olave.
Yeah, I agree with you actually. So Bears defense, low-key, their run defense is good, and they just got Sweat, so I feel like they'll, if he plays, maybe they can get to Carr a little more. I'm gonna take the under here. This game, I would not watch this game if you paid me. I hate both these teams.
That shit ain't gonna be on in this household.
Next game is kind of fun. We got the Vikings at the Falcons, two dome teams. Falcons are favored by 3.5 with Heineke, our boy. We already professed our love for him. And Vikings, who's starting for them? Hall?
I don't know.
I think Jake might be playing their starter in our league because he's so down bad. But
He's not down bad. He's 8 now.
Yeah.
But I know what you mean.
he's not down bad. But
Yeah, I like Drake London to have a good game in this.
yep,
No more.
Pitts.
Yeah, you gotta feel so good if you have Drake London or Pitts or even maybe
Fire him
Bijan,
up, yeah, Bijan.
but not as much. But you really like it for those 2-star like top 10 picks. Because you're not going to get the Mac Hollins targets and the Jonnu Smith targets, probably not as much. Like, ask Terry McLaurin. He loved playing with Taylor Heineke.
Yeah.
He got him the fucking ball.
Yep.
Jahan Dotson Heineke was the quarterback for a little bit with him, right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, and then he got hurt and they like benched him for whoever last year.
Yeah.
But yeah, the over-under is 37.5. The Vikings obviously down bad. They got Dobbs, who they say isn't going to start. But who knows? I mean, they might just throw him out there if shit goes crazy. The Falcons, you think they have a good defense. Addison, yeah, the Viking injury, just to talk about the Kirk Cousins injury, you heard a report that Justin Jefferson's probably going to come back right after IR. Maybe he just missed 1 extra week, but not like the full 6 what people were scared of. They're still going for it. So when Jordan Addison and TJ Hawkinson were balling out, and without Justin Jefferson, you gotta feel uncomfortable if you have those guys. So like Jake with having Addison and Jefferson, now having no real quarterback and not having the Kirk Cousins fourth quarters where they're down by 20 and he puts up 200 yards and 2 touchdowns. Without that, those Vikings, like those players aren't as valuable. But I think that everyone else knows that too, and their values are so low. They might be like sneaky like buy low guys. Because no one's going to trust their quarterback situation. But in this game, I like the... Give me the over. Give me the over 37.5. I'm gonna go over that one. I think the Falcons can at least score 24 points, and then maybe the Vikings can get 2 touchdowns, maybe.
He's really betting on Heineke, and I am too, yeah. I'm taking the Falcons, minus 3.5. Vikings are in free fall. They don't even know it.
Did I take the over in that one? Yeah, I took the over. Yeah. I don't know if I like that. Whatever.
I mean, it definitely, we'll see. Fuck the Vikings.
So, yeah, let's try to get through these quick. It's been a long pass. So, we got the Cardinals at the Browns. The Cardinals are favored by,
underdogs. Plus 8.5.
Oh shit! With John Skelton or who's it? Clayton Tune, same shit.
Clayton Tune. Oh yeah. Browns. Are they gonna have a backup QB playing too?
I don't know, dude. I'm so over Deshaun Watson, bro.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the under here because this game. Fuck this game. I'm sorry. Maybe once Kyler comes back for the Cardinals, things will look a little different.
Are they gonna let him come back?
I don't think this week they're gonna let.
I know, I'm just saying in general this year, do you think they'll let him come back?
Yeah, I think so.
Because they have like a financial like risk where if he can't pass a physical by like March or some shit, it was whatever happened to Derek Carr with the Raiders, where if he would have somehow got hurt, then his contract would be fully guaranteed for whatever year it was. So they want to lose the Cardinals. And I think that they kind of are looking at it as where even if Kyler plays, we're still going to be really bad where we can still probably get the number 1 pick or still have Houston's number 1 pick or the power to move up with Kyler too. Because you could trade theoretically, let's say they have 2 top 6 picks with theirs in Houston, and then they also have Kyler, so they can trade one of those and Kyler if they want Caleb Williams, or just say fuck it and trade both them picks and Kyler for Caleb Williams type shit. But yeah, the Cardinals are in an interesting spot. The Browns, like I said, I didn't get to watch much of that Seattle game. I just saw the box score and saw that their backfield was all split usage. Jerome Ford, though, is coming off this ankle sprain where most guys would sit out. So
Yeah.
hopefully he has a little bit of a bounce back game this week or maybe gets more volume. I don't know. You pick first. I can't fucking
No, I'm
decide.
taking the under here.
Oh, you took the under.
Yeah.
Alright, then fuck it. I'll take. Give me the Browns. Give me the Browns. Their defense will play good, I think.
-8.5 for the Browns. Yeah, their defense will
That's
play
such a
good.
large number for the Browns and potentially PJ Walker. But whatever.
PJ or DTR, we'll see. And that game is,
Alright, we gotta get one a palate cleanser.
yeah, palate cleanser. Seahawks at Ravens. Wow, Seahawks. Ravens are favored by 5.5.
Ooh.
Home, and I don't know, that one's tough. Over under 44.5. Lots of points, I think, even though both defenses are good. Actually, these are like the two of the top 3 defenses, I'm pretty sure. So I'm gonna go with the under.
You have any feelings about any players?
JSN, DK. It's all good. Ravens defense is good, but I would buy them in Dynasty for sure if I could. Ravens, my boy Zay. Hopefully he bounces back. He only had 19
5 catches
yards.
for like 19 yards,
I
right?
think it was like 7 or something. Yeah, it was insane.
I know, I was bummed I didn't get to watch much of that one. Yeah,
Andrews, this will be a good game.
this is a fun game to watch. I'm gonna take.
It's tough.
I'm gonna take.
5.5 is large. So I
See,
feel
I
like
I just got
Seahawks.
so lucky with that. Yeah, I'm just gonna take the over at 44.5. I'm gonna take the over on that one.
Yeah, 2 good teams, so hopefully we
The
like
thing
to
that's
see
so
a lot
frustrating
of
about
points.
the Ravens, and I have Andrews and Zay Flowers in the league, is but even with this new offensive coordinator, when they have the lead, they still just kind of sit on the ball. They don't actually go for the kill. Like, who did they play? Not last
Probably a
week,
Harbaugh thing.
maybe. But yeah, they had they played somewhere where they whooped their. Oh, they played the Lions. They whooped the Lions' ass. Not last week, but the week before, and they put up like 4 touchdowns in the first half. And then I didn't watch the Cardinals game, but I guarantee that they just took the Cardinals for granted. We're like, well, let's just run the ball with Gus Edwards. Like, we're safe. Do all this shit's like,
Yeah,
let's get some rhythm. Like, Odell Beckham's pissed out there.
yeah.
I think that yeah, I like the Ravens and the Seahawks to score some points. I'll take the over there.
I can see that.
Colts and Panthers. I'll take the over in this game too. Right now it's at 43.5. I like the spread is the Colts favored away at the Panthers -2.5. But yeah, I'm gonna take the over 43.5 here. I like basically every offensive player in here. I like Chuba Hubbard to score a touchdown. Mingo might be alright.
Yeah, you said you liked Bryce. I like Thielen here, definitely. And then I like JT. Yeah, JT I think is going to eat this week. So for this pick though, I was thinking, I felt like Bryce Young looked a little better last week because I was kind of thinking about it, like he's played against CJ his whole life pretty much. Like they played AAU against each other, played high school football against each other. Like I don't know if they did play in college, but they were pitted against each other basically a lot. And I felt like him playing against CJ in the pros was kind of like, oh yeah, this is like normal. Like he's playing over there, I'm over here. He just felt like it looked like he was more comfortable. So
yeah, that's a good point.
I feel like he'll be like a little bit better at least.
It's almost like, oh, he can do it, then I can fucking do it. Like,
Yeah. Like I've always thought I'm better than this guy, so let me just win the game at least. Got his first
Let me
win.
start acting like it instead of thinking about it.
Yeah. So I do like Minshew. It was hard for me to trade him, but fuck, give me the Colts -2.5. I think they're a better team.
Alright, let's move on from that shit.
Ooh, America's Game of the Week.
Who we got?
Cowboys at Eagles. Eagles are favored by 3. Over under 46.5.
Give me the Eagles. I still think the Cowboys are soft. I think they beat up on bad teams. But
Yeah.
I like Dak will be throwing the ball a lot, but I think that he's going to be sacked a lot too. He's going to have one of those frustrating games where he's checking down to Jake Ferguson's and Brandon Cooks type games and not getting CeeDee Lamb the targets. I hope I'm wrong, but because the Eagles secondary is pretty ass, I'm surprised they couldn't get like a Rasul Douglas. Maybe they tried and the Packers didn't want to trade him in division or something. Who knows? But,
Yeah.
But well, they actually originally had him when they won the Super Bowl. But yeah.
I'll take the Eagles too.
I'll take the Eagles.
In terms of players, got anyone? CD will probably have a good game.
I got
for
Devontae
sure.
Smith too. I might not play Devontae Smith though. I might play Jerome Ford instead.
Yeah, that's a tough one to pick. Giants at Raiders. We got two teams in free fall here. It's basically a pick-em. Raiders are favored by 1.5. My boy Rodney Farva, AOC. Maybe I should fire him up over Jordan Love because he didn't look terrible in the preseason. He looked bad at this one game he played. And then the Giants fucking sucked last week. I think they're going to have a bounce back. And the Raiders, though, they just fired their coach. I got to take them here. The over-under is 37.5, so it's going to be a shitty game. I think the Raiders grit it out. Devontae's feeling it. Just fucking toss it up to Devontae. That's all you got to do.
Yeah, now that the trade deadline's over or passed, it's like he can't go anywhere, so it's just like fuck it. He'll just suck it up and play and just try to like put
Just
up
gonna
as
ball out.
much stats as possible.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like fun storyline here is Antonio Pierce. I think his first name's Antonio. Is their new coach of their team. He used to be a linebacker on the Giants when they won a Super Bowl. One of the Super Bowls. I think he just hasn't won.
Yeah.
But I like Daniel Jones here again. Darren Waller's out against his old team. With a hamstring. Who would have thought Darren Waller would be hurt again?
No
Crazy.
revenge game down, yeah.
But did he kind of win too? Because McDaniels finally got fired. But I like Wan'Dale Robinson. He's been running a lot of the Zay Flowers routes, just getting all these little dump offs and shit like that. Obviously last week is an outlier because they had Benny DeVito, the Guido, in that quarterback, and they didn't want him to throw beyond the line of scrimmage, which is probably the ugliest game I've ever seen. But I watched a lot of it. Because I had the Jets defense in like some leagues, and I was like, oh, please don't give up like 6 more yards. It was like in overtime, because then they would go over 200, and I would lose like 4 points, where the fuck it was, and it's like nothing to worry about. They threw the ball like backwards for like minus 6 yards.
Someone
in overtime.
I forget who made this point, but like this dude played in college, played Syracuse or whatever, I think, and everyone's always like, I could complete an NFL pass. No, you can't, dude. This dude can't complete an NFL pass, honestly.
They didn't let him. Like Saquon had 36 rush attempts. When's the last time you've seen that on a box score for a running back? 36 attempts? That's like that Jamal Lewis shit, dude, where they're just feeding the fuck out of the rock to this guy. And he busted some out. That just shows you like a lot of these like running backs, they could produce like that if they actually gave them the opportunity.
Yeah.
But the game scripts just don't allow for that. But that one obviously did, and the fucking Jets somehow won it, dude.
That game was insane.
Because the kicker missed the fucking field goal. But yeah, I like the Giants here, coming off a loss to get Danny Dimes back. And yeah, I like Wan'Dale too. At least get like 6 or 7 catches and like over 80 yards. So like I think he gets like 14-ish points. Maybe he gets a tutty.
Next, we got Bills at Bengals on Sunday night.
Finally a good fucking Sunday night game.
Yeah. Ooh, Bengals are favored by 1.5. This is obviously a rematch from playoffs, from the DeMar Hamlin game.
Fantasy playoffs. Or no, it was actually, they played in the playoffs too, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Bills lost, yeah. Yeah, over under 49.5. Wow. Honestly, I could see the over easily. Both teams have good defenses, but it's this quarterback shootout. Everyone's gonna hope for that. Bills are spreading it around.
They got Leonard Fournette.
In terms of the game, Bengals look good coming off a 49ers win. I'm gonna take the over. I can't pick it this game. Over 49.5. Let's go.
I'm taking the Bengals. I think they have a lot of confidence. I unfortunately didn't watch much of this game either, but my brother-in-law kind of had red zone on his phone when we were walking, so I sometimes was keeping tabs. But I saw the box score where Joe Burrow had like a shitload of rushing yards. Everyone's saying he's looking healthy and spry. I think that they're kind of a team that like thrives off their own like confidence, and now they have like that belief that like, oh, we're back, we just beat the fucking bad dude 49ers, like playing Kodak Black coming out, like we're not scared of shit anymore, like let's go ahead and run the fucking table. And I think that they're ready to do that, especially at home. So hopefully the weather permits. Like you never know, being outside in Cincinnati, it could wreck the fucking game. But I'm gonna take the Bengals -1.5.
Yeah, I think it's supposed to be decent kind of this week. Kind of like good football weather, like 40s.
Yeah, as long as it's not windy, it should be straight. Windy or rain, stay
Probably
away.
like high 30s and shit. But yeah, you like the Bengals there? Yeah, I can see that.
I like Mixon having like another touchdown too, because like these are the games where like the secondary guys kind of get off too, where they're getting keyed by all the big one, by all the
whatever little leverage you can get, you gotta use.
yeah. So maybe like an Irv Smith touchdown, or
Yeah.
they have like a
Khalil.
they have like a white receiver on their team. The Bengals do. Maybe he scores a touchdown if he's ever on any books as an anytime touchdown scorer.
Who, Yoshivas?
No, I think it's fucking like
Tyler Scott or something?
oh, maybe that is it. Yeah.
Yeah, that game will be awesome, of course. Plenty of history there.
Yeah, Khalil Shakir coming off a decent game where he had targets. So that was a Thursday night game. I didn't watch any of that game. I didn't watch.
I could see Diggs definitely scoring this game. But yeah, next game we got Chargers at Jets Monday night. This is the last game of the week, so I do like the Jets D, and the Chargers haven't looked that great, to be honest. They're kind of hurt right now. Over under 40.5. It's tough. I think I do gotta roll with the Chargers though. 3.5 over the Jets. They can beat them like that, right? Jets can't score more than them, right?
You're asking the fucking right guy because no, I don't know. I'm taking the fucking under though. Any games the Jets are in, I'm taking the under because I think their defense is good, their offense sucks. So
yeah,
give me under 40.5. But yeah, if Brand Staley they lose this game, which they're susceptible to losing, because talk about Packers being soft. Fucking the Chargers are soft as fucking
so
baby
soft,
shit, dude.
yeah.
They got a bunch of like all-star kind of Pro Bowl type players, but they're not a team because it trickles down from their soft-ass coach, who I've been saying, he grew a beard, he still ain't hard, and they're about to lose to a better coach. So I like the Jets plus 3.5. Maybe if I was like betting it, if I did good on Sunday, maybe I'd throw the extra cash on that. But I think the under for what we're doing is a safer pick.
Nice.
Because yeah, I think that both teams might be able to get after it, but
yeah,
Garrett Wilson, it's nice to see him getting his target share back up. Obviously, he doesn't have the touchdowns, but he's a guy that was looking as a sleeper potential top 5 overall at the wide receiver position. And where does he rank now? 30. So he has a wide receiver
31.
But the last couple of games, he's had 17 and 18 points, and
yeah, 12, 13 targets. Even if it is Zach Wilson, he's good as fuck, so he's gonna catch that.
Yeah, what's crazy that he doesn't get more targets, honestly, with how ass their team is.
Right? Yeah. Like, Lazard clearly sucks. Just glad to kind of know that now for sure.
Well, he sucks because he would be a nice blocking blanket and security blanket for Rodgers on third down. Like, he would have been good for what his role was, but the Jets were.
Yeah.
There's a report in like the New York Post, because I'm kind of a Jets fan too, because I was really been more of a Rodgers fan than the Packers the last couple of years. Since we kind of lost the identity of our team, I was kind of always pro Rodgers over the Packers. So I was invested in them. And and he took a pay cut, so that like prior to the pay cut, it was so they could make moves at the deadline. And apparently there were reports that they reached out to obviously the Raiders by getting Devontae, They reached out to T. Higgins, and there was one other player that was out there that they reached out for. It was like a more realistic one. I can't think of who it is though, but or Mike Evans. Mike Evans was the third one that they called about those 3 guys.
That'd been crazy.
But Mike Florio was saying that it might kind of be the smoke and mirrors, kind of like the Packers were doing, where with Rodgers, like, oh, we're always in every conversation, but not actually sending them like real offers.
Yeah.
But it's kind of the pressure that the Jets put on, and if Rodgers can come back, and if we can see him in the playoffs, dude, that'd be awesome. I think that this is kind of a game that you can maybe see them winning on prime time, New York, but it's also one that you can see their fucking fans just booing the shit out of them and everyone talking shit about the goddamn Jets again. So that's why I'm just taking the fucking under, because I don't fucking know, but I can see the Jets winning this game.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I can see it. How many games have we seen on Monday night at the Jets for no reason that just suck dick, like the fans booing and
just any prime time,
especially this year too.
Goes wrong.
So many Jets games in prime time.
But they sometimes surprise you. Like Robert Saleh, I think, is just a good coach when we compare him to Brandon Staley. Like, to keep that locker room together isn't fucking easy. I'm surprised that they're not in on conversations about just like other like veteran quarterbacks around the league, like potentially just like, why not just get an Andy Dalton or some shit?
Yeah.
Like
Mike White.
Get Mike White back, yeah.
Why not?
Dolphins, right?
He's probably free.
Yeah. I don't know.
Trade Zach Wilson to the fucking Dolphins. Who gives a fuck? Yeah.
But yeah, that should be fun. But yeah, that's do you have any shout outs or call outs at all?
Shout outs or call outs? Let's see. I think I'm gonna have to call out the Prophet. He was saying he was like 3rd in the power rankings or something, he said, I think. 4th. So he's sitting at 8th place right now. He needs a win this week for sure against Johnny G. And he's talking plenty shit. So gonna call out Stevie. Hopefully he wins against the league versus Radrick Davis this week. But
you know what the saying goes, the loudest one in the room is usually the brokest.
Oh.
So his team's looking kind of broken right now, and but he could win $50 against John. So
big week.
It should be interesting. After he was calling, I don't even know what it was. There was some like racial tension. I don't even know what the fuck it was in like the chat saying John wants to be black or something like that. Because he likes Gucci.
His picture is a black guy, so.
True. So there might be some proof to those allegations, but week 9, rivalry week, will tell. It'll settle it once and for all. Who's the real one?
It kind of is rivalry week.
That's so hard to say, dude.
Rivalry.
I never could say my R's anyways.
Hanger? What was that?
It was Hanger. Jacob Hanger.
Hanger. Yeah, that's what it was. Shit.
But yeah, so my call out is fucking Bob. I'm calling out fucking the Dead Man Walkin'. We didn't have a podcast last week, otherwise I would have called him out last week, but 2 Tuesdays ago, I'm sitting on the roof deck. It was like a 70-degree day in like late October. I'm sitting on the roof deck just
listen to this
a glass of wine
collusion
with my girl. And then I just get like a paragraph text from fucking Bob about like talking about collusion in the league and talking about me with Yanni and Lamar.
You said
trying to talk shit on my trades, and someone's like, well, I took him out of it. I was like, dude, what are you talking about? I thought he was talking about Christian Watson because I was texting John, congratulations on ripping Bob off for getting rid of Watson and getting a pick. Because it's scary for us contenders with fucking John having that first round pick, because he can turn that into a powerful flex. But yeah, so I get that text from Bob, and I was like, oh, like, LOL, what are you talking about? And then he keeps going on about it. I was like, fuck, this dude is really upset about this shit. Like, I was like shocked. I was having like a nice, peaceful night. I was like, dude's in his feelings too much. But yeah, you were alleging that I was colluding with Yanni to shut down a trade that you had with Yanni.
Dude acts like he wouldn't do this.
I didn't do it though. So I was it was Monday. We were supposed to have a playoff softball game, and I hate this softball team. It's with Tyler Brusky's brother's friends. They're all fucking losers. I don't like anyone on the team. And this guy broke his arm. He was the one guy with a bat, so he wasn't gonna make it. So I was gonna have Alex and Yanni sub for me, but then the guy broke his fucking arm and had the bat. I was like, fuck it, I don't feel like playing with 9 guys. So I was like, hey, I'm sorry, Alex. I'm sorry, Yanni, but I'm sorry I asked you to play, and thanks for filling in, but I'm not gonna go to the game either. So we went out for some wings. And then we're talking fantasy football. Alex is on the short list as a replacement of somewhere to back out if we ever did expansion. So we're talking about the league. And then my Tyreek Hill trade had just happened, so we were talking about that. And Yanni said that I fleeced Sal, even though clearly the websites say that I didn't. And then he was like, yeah, Bob's been trying in my ear trying to get Lamar off me, but like it's annoying because anytime someone asks me for Lamar, they always want Waddle too. And I was like, yeah, I can do that because that's like what everyone would want on your team. They're your 2 best assets. And then he's like, yeah, take a look at my trade. I have to see what it is now because they always modify it whenever someone tries to send me trades. And he read me off a trade. I couldn't even tell you what it was because I don't remember. But it was for like 2024 first. And I was like, yeah, dude, I wouldn't do it like if it was me because they're your 2 best assets. Like if I'm you, if you look at them as just like standalone players, like you want like 3 first-round picks to 4 first-round picks for them. And that's all I said to him. And then...
Which is ridiculous.
What was your offer to him? Do you remember?
It was Jordan Love, Christian Watson, Ferguson, Singletary. Yeah, so a bunch of those players are junk, and then a first and 2 seconds.
Yeah, for Lamar Jackson and Jalen Waddle.
Yeah, so... but 4 first, so you're saying 4 firsts for Lamar?
I was saying like theoretically like first value type players, like players that are worth a first or an actual first. I'm not saying for Lamar, I'm saying for Lamar and Waddle because it was Lamar and Waddle.
Oh,
that deal.
so like total, yeah.
Yeah,
well,
it was Lamar and Waddle.
So this is my perspective because I...
But yeah, so that was literally all the conversation I had about this trade. And then on Tuesday on the fucking rooftop of the Iron Horse Hotel, I fucking get these like paragraphs and I have like a nice evening. And then I get these allegations like, fuck, is Bob's actually upset? I was like, what the fuck? I was like, dude, I don't have time to talk. I was hanging out with my girlfriend the whole time. And I was like, I'll call you tomorrow. Because I was like, I don't want any animosity or these actual like dumbass allegations. But yeah, tell me from your side of it.
Alright, so Aaron got his trade done over the weekend or whatever. And Sal was texting me, and like Carly and Cassius were going to Illinois, so I just happened to like stop texting him, and then the trade gets done. But I was like, I said the same thing. I was like, I would probably ask for like more firsts or whatever for Devonta if I'm sending Devonta. But no, that trade, I totally understood it and said that to Sal too. But so then I told Aaron.
Yeah, we had a conversation about the trade on Sunday because we were like thinking of maybe getting together or whatever that Sunday was. And
yeah.
It just didn't happen.
And then I told Aaron like, oh, I'm talking to Yanni. I got a big trade, like 4 firsts worth. I didn't mean like I have 4 firsts on the table, but value wise, 4 firsts.
I don't know if you said 4 firsts. I think you just said it was like you had like a mega deal or something.
Oh, yeah.
It was some like
something like that.
Like a huge trade. Involving like a bunch of
for things. Lamar, I said,
and I didn't even like ask who was in it. He just said Lamar, and I was like, oh.
And so then I didn't hear anything from Aaron. We didn't hang out, and I know Yanni's up north all weekend.
And this was the next day. This was Monday because we had our softball.
So I'm just texting Yanni, or I'm not even texting Yanni. I'm just sending him trades. I'm like trying to get the value down because I am looking at it. I'm not trying to rip Yanni off, but I'm trying to like get him good young guys and also picks, or I don't even know what he would want because it's like tough to realistically like feel that out. But yeah, sending Yanni trades, and then so I sent Yanni a one that I thought was decent. It definitely favored him, and then all of a sudden, next thing I know, Yanni texts me like, that trade ain't it. Aaron was offended by it. So I'm like, what the fuck? All I tell is Aaron what's going on with the trade, and then next thing I know, Aaron's offended by the trade is the first thing Yanni says to me. So I'm like, okay, Aaron just went and trash talked my trade to Yanni, and meanwhile Aaron's got Yanni's pick. And why is Yanni listening to Aaron when Aaron's just gonna tell him something that helps him get Caleb Williams or something like that? So that's what I was saying. Like
A lot of assumptions.
Aaron's trying to collude with Yanni. He's probably gonna pay for Yanni just so he can collusion. Be aware. Look out. Collusion.
I got neighbors and she fucking texts me all the time, so I might get another text.
Yes, the commissioner. You gotta keep your eyes high and tight, cause.
But you realize now you were kind of out of pocket with that, right?
But now I realize that Aaron is still trying to get Lamar. So if Aaron does get Lamar, collusion.
Now I might just get Lamar just to spite you, dude.
Do it.
But yeah, so that's my fucking shout out. But beyond that, there was some Debbie Downers maybe at play there. That's what I chalked it up to. So
Yeah, I was. Aaron was like, "Are you just on your perk? Like, that was the perkies talking." Because I was fucked up on painkillers.
Well,
so.
yeah, because you had like a surgery and they prescribed, or not surgery, but you got prescribed fucking
I had
oxys.
I had some painkillers, and he was like, "It's just your perkies. The perkies calling."
No, I was like, yeah, I'll let you just sleep it off because like there's no way he's actually this upset about this something that's just not a thing. I called him. I was like, yeah, I just chalked it up to like the perkies call. I'm like, it's all good.
I probably wouldn't have been mad if Yanni didn't say Aaron, if that wasn't the first thing he said, if he was just like, if he said something like, yeah, I like picks or something, like, and then afterwards it's like, I was talking to Aaron.
Because it was kind of vague or whatever, I put that out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was just all assumptions.
And I was just like, dude. I was like, fuck this.
That leads into my call, though. My call of the week is Yanni. He had a Halloween party, or basically his girlfriend had a Halloween party. And,
True.
But,
Shout out Sarah.
yeah, shout out Sarah. But yeah, thanks for hosting. I got to dress up my girl. We went as pirates.
I was Mario and Carly was Princess Peach.
Yeah, they had a good costume. Bob had a great Italian jacket. He was rocking that Mario. But yeah, it was basically us just hanging out the whole time.
The bartender gave me a compliment too. He was like,
Yeah,
that ties it together.
I know, I really did. But yeah, we had a good time just hanging out with my girlfriend,
Yeah.
Carly, and Bob, and Yanni, kind of, because we were kind of just hanging out at the bar and kind of at their house. Stephanie said that she liked Carly. She was like, yeah, I could see myself being friends with Carly.
Yeah, Carly said that too.
Yeah, she said they like vibe together well, so she fits in, which is cool. So yeah, shout out Yanni.
Yeah, shout out Yanni. That was cool. And so yeah, so I did a call out already, right? So I got a shout out.
Yeah, shout out. Yeah, we haven't done this in a while. We're rusty. We kind of been skipping over these shout outs calls. This will be a long episode. This is one for the real grinders.
This is for the real grinders.
real listeners. So this is one where we might just get like 7 views, but I don't give a fuck because the real ones fucking know.
Fucking Bill's humping. Bill, go. Yeah, my shout out. Man, I don't even have a shout out.
Anything in general? We got.
Oh shit! What was I gonna say? Shout out my son. He had a great. I don't know if I talked about this. He had a great teacher conference. We were nervous as fuck going to it. Like, he had a issue the first day, I think, where he scratched a kid or something, and so it was like right away. It's like, oh, he's the bad kid.
Yeah.
And yeah, he had a great teacher conference. So shout out Cassius. Keep grinding. He got fucking 20 more years of school or whatever the fuck. Sucks for you.
I wonder if college will be a thing by the time he's done.
Yeah, or sometimes when I talk to people at work, they're like, oh, I don't sell stuff for college funding because it might be free by that time or something like that. Right. And it's like, oh shit, you're right.
Like there'll probably just be new like privatized like programs within fields that are like almost like trade, but like directly from the actual companies, where it's like a feeder system into there. I kind of see it going like that in the future.
For sure. But yeah.
Shout out Cassius.
Shout out Cassius. My homie.
Yeah, shout out. But yeah, other than that, stay up, sell high, and may all your wildest dreams come true. The trade deadline's coming up, so
Yeah, is that week 11?
I forget if it's 11 or 12.
Yeah.
I don't remember. I think it's 1 week before the last week of the playoffs, right?
Yeah, I think it. Yeah.
So
it might
then it
be.
would be 12. Yeah. So and we have it at the very end of week 12. So the whole Sunday, we have it where it goes up until the fucking Sunday night game actually ends, and then I lock it. Which last year was fucking on fire. Everyone was texting. Everyone was on their app. Plenty of moves got made. So maybe position yourself now so you don't have to pay more in the end. Maybe go get your players. Or maybe you're thinking of maybe holding them if you could flip them later for someone that's a little more needy. So, yeah, as always, stay up. For myself, OozyDaPrince.
DedmonWalkin.
And so high.
So high. Go back.
Go Rams.